So we saw this video yesterday, and it's by this guy, and his name is Peter McKinnon. And if you guys don't know, he's a huge inspiration for our channel and a lot of the work that we do. And let me start by showing you the video. So we watched this video yesterday. Just take a look at this.
I've been thinking about something that I wanted to share with you guys. Something that I think is important, especially for young aspiring YouTubers that are looking to get into doing this as a full-time job, and that is that YouTube, this job specifically, is the loneliest job I've ever had. Now, what I mean by that, if I'm elaborating a little bit right now, if you think about it, you're in solitude almost for the entirety of the process. You're coming up with ideas by yourself, you're, for the most part, shooting everything yourself, and you're talking to yourself, and you're editing yourself.
So then, Peter went ahead and asked Sarah Dietschy, John Hill, and Chris Ramsey, which are some of his fellow YouTube friends, to see if they felt the same way, and they all agreed.
They all said to them that YouTube was a lonely job, and that really their way around the loneliness was to work with other content creators.
But there is a catch-22 to all of this, and Mango Street explains it here.
It's really hard to know if people like want to be your friends because of YouTube, because they can get like traction out of it, or if they like genuinely like your work and like actually want to be friends with you. So I'm like hesitant to be friends with people more now than before YouTube.
So if you guys don't know, we live in the school bus. We've been living in it for a year and a half, traveling the country. And I think it'd be only right if we gave you a little update on the renovations that we've been making to it with the little Peter McKinnon style B-roll.
So as you can see, we're not 100% done, but we're at the last leg of it all.
We're so close. I think we have like 1 or 2 more days left.
Yeah.
And then we're hitting the road again. But back to what we were talking about. For us, when we watched this video, we couldn't have felt more opposite.
And it's crazy because from our experience, we feel like YouTube has made us feel less alone than we ever have. And we've been away from our family and friends for almost a year and a half.
But we don't know if this is just us. We don't know if we're just weird or if we're different. So we're gonna ask some of our other van life creator friends and see what they have to say. Whoa! So being like a content creator in the van life space, does doing that for like a job ever make you feel lonely?
No, not lonely.
I actually was thinking about this today.
We talk about this a lot, actually.
Yeah, and I really don't think that we get lonely.
So lonely. I mean, like, I'm alone, but I'm not really ever lonely.
Do you think being a creator in the van life community is lonely?
Not for me, no.
As I've traveled and created things, I've kind of connected with people that are interested in it, so I feel like it's brought me almost more together.
It like gives you the extra motivation to go connect with new places and new people.
I meet a lot of people when I'm on the road, and people reach out to me and I reach out to them a lot. And I don't know if that's just my personality or if it just works that way.
Like, I never find myself being like, oh my god, I'm all alone, this is terrible. Like, I'm always going places, I'm always talking to people, I'm always making a video, I'm always like, you know, around other people. One reason, because I feel like the community of creators is just growing. And I'm always, I mean, I just ran into a bunch of guys who just moved into their bus and they make video stuff, and I mean, I feel like it's just only growing. That I feel like it's actually like more and more fun to just keep meeting people who are just doing really cool stuff. I don't know, I feel like it pushes me actually.
So I think there's definitely something to be said that these, you know, these two different groups of people that are doing YouTube, the same basically job as a living, feel totally different when it comes to how lonely they are.
But I think this is something we've learned by living in a vehicle, and one that's highly recognizable when you're driving on the road. So it's almost like if one of these big YouTubers like Peter or Sarah were driving their car and had a big billboard, and they were like, hey, this is Peter McKinnon. And from that, we've ended up meeting so many people that simply just watch our channel. And it's pretty awesome because a lot of the times we're in certain situations or circumstances where we can easily invite people into our own home and make them, you know, a meal for dinner, or just have coffee with them and just hang out in our home with them. Or a bottle of wine sometimes. Or a bottle of wine sometimes. And it's crazy to think about because that's not something
typically a lot of people do, even with just their own next door neighbor.
And because of this, we've kind of been forced to make our community part of our videos.
Yeah.
So we, very often, someone will come in for dinner and they're just part of the video.
Right.
Or maybe sometimes the story even goes on to them and they'll share their story with us or what they're doing. And then that kind of becomes the story of our video. Like, to give you an example, there's this guy who's a good friend of ours now named Jonathan. And we found out that this guy, he lives in Houston, and on his spare time, he's helping this guy named Randy, who's a veteran, and he's homeless. And the guy served in 4 wars, and he's helping him to try to get off the street. And he just got approved for housing yesterday, I think. And that's happened so many times, like even when we were traveling through Belgium, and we met a family that traveled South America in a Defender.
And even the family that we've been staying with, that they're allowing us to use their built-out garage to finish out our renovations. They have a 9-year-old son who is 100% destined to become a YouTube star one day.
I'm doing what that girl does.
There's so many people that watch these videos that we've built relationships with just by traveling, letting them into our home, letting them into our lives. People all the way from France to the Netherlands to Spain, all the way back to the States, to Massachusetts and Texas and California. We've met so many people that watch these videos, people that have reached out to us, people that see our bus and stop in. We've met so many people, and I think that's the reason why we don't feel lonely, or people in the van life community in general don't feel lonely.
And it's a beautiful thing because we can guarantee that these people that are reaching out to us want to hang out with us because they genuinely want to connect with us. And they're not doing it for any ulterior motives of, you know, how many subscribers you're going to get from hanging out with us or what's going to be in it for them.
So now back to Peter's video. When we watched it and we watched the solutions to how you cannot be lonely when you're doing your work on YouTube, we didn't hear anyone talk about the community or just normal people, people that aren't other creators, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube or Twitch or anything. And that's where we have found the solution to the loneliness. We have found it by bringing the community in, making them a part of it, and making it more relatable for everyone else that's watching.
So to wrap this thing up, this little message, this ending message is for Peter McKinnon. If you're ever, you know, feeling lonely and you want to come hang out, we don't even have to video. We can keep the cameras outside. You're more than welcome to come chill on our bus with us.
So this is where we're gonna wrap this one up. Thank you for watching.
We love you guys.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.